What up? What up? What up? Ladies and gents, boys and girls, you are now tuned in to a brand new video of Sportsway with Dre Day podcast. I am your host with the most, the Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own, Dre Day. What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, got your ass, you little bastard. Finally got this little creature up out of here. Zip him up, in the words of Kayshawn. Uh, damn, Fly was getting on my goddamn nerve. That I can really focus. But again, I digress. Thank y'all for y'all continued support. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Sportsway with Dre Day Podcast is the name. Also, hit that notification bell so that way, once a video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff. This video here, I'm going to put three things into one. The last time y'all saw me was for the Super Bowl. I went live immediately afterwards and did my recap of the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny halftime show. So that was the last time y'all saw me. Work, getting ready for my vacation that I will be doing next week. I'm excited. I am taking my first ever international trip. I'm not counting Puerto Rico because it's a part of the U.S., but last year I said 2026 will be the year where I get my passport. So I treated myself to a passport for Christmas. Went through, the channels, got the passport, and next Tuesday I will be en route to Mexico. Okay, so I'm looking forward to that. So just been preparing for that and doing countless OT days at work. So that's why I haven't been able to record. But I said, you know what? Let me at least do something for the week. Let me just do something for the week. So I'm going to put three things into one. I'm going to talk about the Unrivaled 1v1 that happened over the weekend. Classic semifinal matchups that I want to speak on. More Unrivaled news. The Chi-Town Barbie, Angel Reese, is making her return to Unrivaled. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Obviously, it's a good thing, and I can't wait, but I'm going to, dive into that as well. And then I'm going to talk about All-Star Weekend. Obviously, Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to give my assessment on All-Star Weekend, which was Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to give my opinion on that. So let's dive into it, shall we? Unrivaled. Y'all already know how I am when it comes to women's sports. As y'all can see, I'm repping the everyone watches women's sports. Unrivaled this past weekend, the semifinal 1v1 matchups were classics. Okay. I will admit I didn't watch the 1v1s last year, even though I know Nafisa Kalia, Queen Fee, was the one that was the winner. I made sure I made it my business to tune into all the matches that I can for this year. And being that the 1v1s was on V-Day, I'm like, okay, I'm going to tune in and I'm going to watch these because they were goodies. The first semifinal matchup was, I want to say, dang, what was the first matchup? I think the first matchup was Kelsey Plum and Chelsea Gray, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful matchup. Beautiful matchup. I mean, Kelsey Plum, I think she got a quick 8-0 lead. And even with that, I'm like, nah, that lead is not safe because look who she's going up against. You know, all Chelsea Gray has done this year in Unrivaled is come back from deficits and help her team come back to victory. So now in a 1-versus-1 format, what leads me to believe that she won't come back from an 8-0 deficit? And that's exactly what she wound up doing. And again, these leads is not safe. These leads are not safe. And I love the format too. Like I love it because once you get on, like, once you score, you better make sure you continue to score because once that person gets the ball and they get hot, like Chelsea Gray did, when she got hot, she got hot. And it was definitely a thing to see. Dope matchup between Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum. Now, obviously, these are two former teammates. They played with each other in Vegas. Obviously, Kelsey Plum departed and went to the Los Angeles Sparks. But I can only imagine the one-on-one matchups that they had when they were playing together with the Las Vegas Aces. I was kind of hoping Asia Wilson would be there, so that way she can sit in the audience, sit in the crowd, sit, on the floor and watch, her two girls per se go up against each other in a 1v1. I was kind of hoping she would have did the same thing with Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young, who had met, I think, in the second round of the 1v1. But nonetheless, again, classic matchup in the 1v1, and Chelsea Gray wind up winning the matchup. The next matchup, we had Aaliyah Boston of the Phantom and Alicia Gray of the Mist. Again, another lead, another big lead. And again, all it took was a comeback. And listen, Alicia Gray is dope. Like, I know she doesn't get the praise like a lot of these other players, but Alicia Gray, if we're just talking, I'm not even going to get into the WNBA aspect. I want to just keep it in Unrivaled. When you talk about the guards and Unrivaled, obviously you got Paige. Obviously you have the crash out queen, Marina Mabry. Obviously you have Sonia Citron. Obviously you have Jackie Young. Alicia Gray has been doing her thing in Unrivaled this year. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she was on the Luna Owls last year. And now she's with Stewie and playing for the Mist Basketball Club along with Enrique. Alicia Gray is a problem. She's a problem. I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for Aaliyah Boston. Because I was kind of pulling for a Phantom final. I was rooting for Kelsey Plum, even though I love Chelsea Gray, the point guard. But I was kind of hoping for a 1v1 final between the two girls that play from the Phantom. And unfortunately, we didn't get that. They both lost in the semifinals. So we basically had, in the words of Renee Montgomery, 50 Shades of Gray, because you had Chelsea Gray against Alicia Gray in the finals. And if you thought the semifinals were classics, the final match between them two, classic. Like, all three of them, the two semifinals and the finals, it took dramatic fashion for somebody to win. And there was a lot of back and forth in that final. It was a lot of back and forth between Chelsea Gray and Alicia Gray. It's unfortunate that somebody had to lose Like in that situation, the way that them girls was playing and the way that them ladies was putting on a clinic, and the crowd was galvanizing with them, cheering them on. It's unfortunate that somebody had to lose, but at the end, the point guard was the one that sealed the deal, and that would be Chelsea Gray. If I'm not mistaken, I think she won 300,000. I think she won 300,000 in them things, being that she won the Unrivaled tournament. I actually listen, I love that they did this. Because listen, Alicia Gray said it. She was like that, how Unrivaled is not for the weak. I'm paraphrasing. She said it's not for the weak. She said either you will expose somebody or you will get exposed. That stage, that setting is not for the weak. Now, obviously, we know some people don't want that smoke, but that's neither here nor there. But salute to Chelsea Gray for winning the 300,000. Salute to Alicia Gray. Salute to all of these girls, to all these women that participated in the Unrivaled, because a lot of those matches was good matchups. Unfortunately, there were some players that were left on donut. Unfortunately, the stud buds, both of them, Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidman, they both were left on blank in their respected matchups, which is crazy. Who was it? I don't even remember who they played, but they got left on blank. That's all that matters. Quite embarrassing if you ask me. But again, they got a kick out of it. Everybody got a kick out of it. But yeah, the Unrivaled 1v1, I hope they keep that format going. I truly hope it keeps going. And, I hope the pot gets bigger. Like this year, it was 300,000. So hopefully next year, it'll go to $500,000. Like it'll go to 500,000. So, let's see what happens with that. But the Chi-Town Barbie, the Rose Barbie, Angel Reese, it was announced that she will be making her return to Unrivaled. Now, obviously, earlier this year, it was announced that she would not be participating in Unrivaled. They were saying that how she was still nursing an injury, so she's probably not going to play this year. So, from a top star standpoint, obviously Nafisa Collier is out. Angel Reese was, I guess you could say, I'm not gonna say she was needed, but to have her back is a good look. And right before playoff time too, because again, the Rose is trying to position themselves for the playoffs. The playoffs is about to start soon, so they're trying to position themselves. And what better way to do that than to get the Chi-Town Barbie back? Because now you have Chelsea Gray, you have Shakira Austin, you got Kalia Copper, and now you got Angel Reese. If I was any of those teams, let me see if I can pull up the standings real quick for Unrivaled. Let me see if I can pull the standings up real quick. Let's see if I could pull it up real quick. Hold on. The Rose right now are 5 and 6. If the playoffs started today, shit, I'm trying to think. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top 6 teams make it. I'm not sure how the format goes with the number 1 seed. I'm not sure if the number 1 seed get a bye, but yeah, the Breeze and the Rose right now are tied for 5 and 6. and then the Breeze is right behind them. No, pardon self. The Vinyl is right behind them, 4-7. So those three teams can't afford to lose any more games moving forward. So again, to get Angel Reese back, perfect timing. And it's going to help with viewership. It's going to help with attendance. Even though the numbers are already good as it is, make no mistake about it. But to get the Barbie back, when we all thought she wasn't going to play, it's going to be a goodie. And I can't wait to see her. I can't wait. She actually makes her return on Friday, actually. She makes her return on the 20th, and I believe they play the Hive. So that's 8:45 on TNT/True TV. The Barbie makes her return. I'll be at work, and I will be making it my due diligence to watch that matchup. I should be done with my work by then to where I can be able to watch that game in its entirety. I mean, I'm going to watch the Phantom and the Laces as well, but that Rose and Hive game, I'm going to definitely be tuned into because Angel Reese makes her return. The last piece of Unrivaled news I want to unpack before I get into All-Star Weekend. I was speaking to my girl when Unrivaled went to Philly, because she actually went to Philly. She went to Philly to go see Unrivaled, and we were talking afterwards, and we was basically talking about the attendance with Unrivaled in Philly, where they had almost 22,000 people in that Xfinity Mobile Arena building. So I was saying, like, yo, next year it's only up, because if you was able to sell out this, now you got to go big. You got to go hard for the next one. So I'm like, next year, you got to do Unrivaled in either New York or LA. Because if you was able to pull this off in Philly, you got to go for the big market next year. Well, Unrivaled said, fuck next year. We're going to do it in a few weeks. So for those of y'all that don't know, the Unrivaled playoffs will be starting soon. Not only will it be starting soon, the semifinals is going to take place in Barclays. Now, again, I just said that they had almost 22,000 people in Philly. What do you think going to happen now that it's in Brooklyn? Now, me personally, I would have loved to go to Unrivaled. I would love to go to Unrivaled when it's in Barclays. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in my favor. The reason it doesn't work in my favor is because it's March 2nd and I work March 2nd. And not only do I work March 2nd, that will be my first day back at work after my vacation next week. So I'm screwed regardless. So I guess I'll be watching that on my phone while I'm at work. But whoever is in that semifinals, whoever is in those two semifinal games, I'm sure they're going to tear the roof off in Barclays. Because like I said, if they did this in Philly, I don't expect anything less in Barclays. And again, this is coming from somebody who's at Barclays a lot for WNBA games. And yes, the WNBA right now is on some bullshit with their CBA deal. Their CBA negotiating right now. And it's looking like we may be on the verge of a lockout, which is not a good look for the WNBA, especially with the emergence of the league. But if Unrivaled was able to do that in Philly, what you think Unrivaled was going to do when it hits Barclays? Man, oh man. I'm excited. And I'm not even gonna be there, but I'm excited. I'm very much excited. Very much excited. Great things is going on with Unrivaled right now. And that's more of a reason on why I don't understand what's the holdup with this CBA deal with the WNBA. Because they should literally be they should be taking a page, real talk, from what's going on in Unrivaled. From the way they promote, from the way that they do they rollout, from the way that from what happened in Philly, for them making this announcement that the semifinals is going to be in Barclays. The WNBA is just playing games. They are just playing games right now, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look, and unfortunately, we might be on the verge of a lockout this year. I ain't even waste my time buying any tickets for Liberty games. For what? For what? Because it don't look like it's going to be a season. So I'm going to buy tickets and it may not be a season. Nah, we're not doing that. Until a deal is reached, once that deal becomes official tissue, then I'll get tickets. Until then, nah, I ain't wasting my time on that. I'm not doing it. But All-Star Weekend. I want to say this. I enjoyed the All-Star game. I know a lot of people was 50-50 with it, but me personally, I enjoyed the All-Star game. Right? Some players look like some players took the game serious. Victor Wembanyama in particular. When the world lost their first game, he was livid because he wanted that ball down the stretch. And they didn't give it to him. And not only did they not give it to him, I think on that last possession, they allowed the stars, the young stars. I'm going to call them the young stars because it was three teams. You had the world, and then you had two USA teams. You had the stars and the stripes. The stripes was basically the OGs. The stars were the young stars. And they wound up beating Team World, which Victor Wembanyama was on. Me personally, he probably was the only one on that world team that actually played hard. Oh, and Siakam. Siakam played well too, but Joker really didn't care. Luka obviously didn't care. Karl Anthony Towns had his moments here and there, but the breakout star for that world team was Wemby. And he was very upset. He took that game very serious. So salute him for that, because the one thing we kept saying about these All-Star games is that nobody takes it serious. Nobody takes it serious. Well, you had a player on the world team that took it very serious. And even the stars. Anthony Edwards, he was another one. Took it very serious. Took it very serious. Got himself an MVP in the process. He was the All-Star game MVP. So salute him for that. And then when you think of the stripes, which is the OGs, Kawhi Leonard, damn, like he went on a rampage that second game. No, was it the second game? I'm trying to think of how many games the stripes played. Whatever game, I think it was the first game. I think it was the first game they played. And Kawhi went to work like he could not miss, especially from the 3-point line. I want to say he made about 7 threes, went to work. Like he had a Jordan Kobe moment for a little bit. And then the finals, it was the USA Stars against the USA Stripes, which was the young Lions, the young G's against the OGs. And if you want to talk about fatigue, if you want to talk about Father Time, well, Father Time was definitely against the OGs in that final because Anthony Edwards and them young boys put them OGs to work. Boots to ass is what, we say now. Even though The Rock was saying that before, but boots to ass is being said a lot more now than when The Rock was saying it. And that's what them young G's did. They put boots to ass to the OGs. And again, like I said, Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man wound up winning MVP. So congratulations to him on that. Me personally, I enjoyed the All-Star game. I like this format. I like the format with World, and then you have 2 USA teams. Now, do you keep that formula? I don't know. But for this past Sunday, I enjoyed it. I did. Now, All-Star Saturday, that's a different element. Wasn't thrilled at all. Wasn't thrilled at all. What was the shooting star shit where you had I think Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, Allen Houston on one team. I think Rick Bronson was on the team too. I'm not sure if it was 4 players on the team or 3 members on the team. I'm not even sure, but the Knicks team won, but that shooting star challenge, I really wasn't feeling it. The 3-point contest, obviously the highlight was Dame. Obviously, he has not played a game this year, recovering from an Achilles injury, but he was able to go out there and shoot threes and have his Dame time moment defending his 3-point shootout championship that he won last year, which Steph Curry has confirmed already that next year he will be a part of that. So do we get a Dame versus Steph finals already leading into the 2020 3-point contest? Anything's possible. Anything's possible. And then the dunk contest, like, listen, can oh my God. That dunk contest was just hard to watch. Very hard to watch. The Bryant kid from San Antonio, I actually enjoyed him. But the Keyshawn Johnson guy, the dude from Miami, it's like he was more focused on doing his dance than the actual dunk. He'll do a dunk and then he'll get to the dance and shit. It's like, yo, like, come on, bro. Like, we not here for that. We're here to see you dunk. And the dunks were trash, if you ask me. Like, they need to do away with the dunk contest. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know a lot of people constantly blames LeBron for this. Me personally, listen, I remember in 2010 when Cheryl Miller used to work for TNT. She interviewed LeBron James while the dunk contest was going on. I think that was the dunk contest with Dwight Howard, Nate Robinson. I'm trying to think who else was in that dunk contest, but she had asked him, was it 2009? It was 2009 or 2010. I can't remember. It was 2009 because he was saying that he was going to preliminarily put his name in for the 2010 dunk contest. Now, obviously, we know that dunk contest then came and went, and he was nowhere to be found. And now everybody, keeps beating the dead horse with blaming him for the lack of the dunk contest because, when you a marquee name, you do the dunk contest, which is somewhat true because all of our greats who can fly did the dunk contest, right? And unfortunately, he chose not to. Obviously, we know why, because obviously he probably would have failed miserably at it, even though, especially his time in Miami, he spent a lot of time doing these dunks and layup line where you would think, yo, maybe you should have done the dunk contest, but I digress. But I think they should do away with the dunk contest because it's been a absolute failure. The only person that's actually been holding up the 3-point the slam dunk contest was McClung, the G League guy. And he had already let it be known that he was not going to do the dunk contest and defend his crown. Because I think he actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think he had won 3 dunk contests in a row. So he could have actually went for a 4-peat this year had he been in it. And then what's so crazy is after the dunk contest, a video was put out of him doing said dunks if he was in the dunk contest. And to be honest with you, the dunks that he did was better than any of the dunks that took place in that dunk contest. So me personally, they need to just do away with the dunk contest. And I've been saying this for years. The 3-point shootout is now the main attraction for All-Star Saturday. The 3-point shootout. And like I said, for 2027, Dame will be in it. Steph Curry will be in it. That right there alone makes that the marquee matchup of the night. That makes that the marquee event of the night. So whoever else chooses to join them, have at it. But to have Steph and Dame in that 3-point shootout, that right there is already the main event. So they need to just do away with the dunk contest as a whole. But I did read something earlier while I was at work. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Damn. But let me see if I can remember. I read something where they said that they might do a little tweak for All-Star Saturday. The NBA possibly might institute a 1-versus-1 format, or maybe a 2-on-2 matchup for All-Star Saturday. If they do that, I'm all for it. Because we kind of want to see these dudes in a 1-on-1 anyway. Just like Unrivaled. Just like Unrivaled is doing it, why not the NBA do it? So let's see what happens. But yeah, the whole All-Star weekend as a whole, it was average. So Saturday, Sunday, I'm not going to give 2 thumbs up, but I'll give thumbs up. Again, I like the new format. Now, do you keep it that way? I don't know, but I like the format. I do. But it's time to get off of this. This might be the only video I do this week, so that's why I did something just to, show face. Again, next week I will be on vacation, so won't be no videos. So I figured, why not, do something just before I go. But again, for anybody that's been supporting the channel, thank you. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. I'm almost at 900 subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm knocking on the door. So hopefully before I go or while I'm going, I reach that milestone of 900 subscribers. But in the meantime, in between time, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. All right. Also, hit that notification bell. So that way, once a video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff. In closing, y'all know how this goes. This has been another video of Sports Way with Dre Day podcast. Catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all be safe. God bless. Peace and love. And I will catch you when I am back from vacation. So, again, thank y'all for y'all support. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. So, unless something miraculous comes up in the sports world before Tuesday, this might be the only one that you see from me until I come back, and we'll take it from there. But again, catch you on the flip side. God bless. Peace and love. Your boy is out of here.